Hello, Tavarici. This is Commissar Alexov from the Donetsk Division. We have some very bad news. Unfortunately, it seems that several SS panzer divisions have detected your presence. They are actually mounted infantry divisions, and they are coming to destroy you and your men. I ask only that you put your lives for the good of the motherland and try to kill as many of the fascist invaders as possible. Good luck, comrade. Well, no one said this was going to be easy, guys. The Germans are coming. Currently, we have a tremendous amount of German brigades on the way to annihilate our little encampment. And what we're going to try to do is try to stop them before they hit us. We do have some mortar units here, but I want to find the actual commander for the mortar units, which I believe is Goncharov. And this guy is going to be able to spot these guys and take them out. And right now, I think our biggest concern are all of these guys over here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a mortar right here in the hopes that it will get there in time. Of course, the problem is these mortars take a long time to set up. You can see it's on 0% right now. It could take quite a while to actually set this mortar fire up. Alright, we've got some more enemy contacts. I'm definitely going to have to switch that mortar fire out of there. There's no way that's going to get there in time. Let's go ahead and drop it over here. I'm hoping that we're going to hit them in time. And let's take a look at what's going on at the northern sector here of our encampment. It does seem that we've hit some Germans over there. Our men are very much ready to attack here, ready to fight. But with this many enemies, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like our mortars are already opening fire on this smaller detachment here, but really I was hoping they would focus on the larger array of units coming towards us. Look at that monstrosity. There's no way that any of these SS men, and these are SS soldiers, are going to let any of us live. There's no prisoners in this battle. There's absolutely no chance for escape, so all we can do is try to kill as many of the enemy as humanly possible. It does seem like right now our men are not particularly listening to our command to go ahead and drop mortars in this location. I'm going to go ahead and see if there is a higher up here, a Shayenko. I don't think so. Goncharov, I think, is entirely responsible for these mortars. But just for the hell of it, we're going to go ahead and start mortaring over here with this guy. And hopefully somebody will drop a mortar. Now here we go, guys. We've got some enemies over here, actually getting extremely close. We're going to go ahead and set targets for Golik, and I'm hoping that his men could go ahead and hold out. Now, unfortunately, none of these men have any sort of machine gun units. I believe we might have one. Yes, we do have one with Belov, but that's only because of the NKVD infantry that have accompanied us. And the terrible part is, even if we do survive this attack, the NKVD has promised us that if we don't kill as many Germans as possible, they will execute us themselves. So here we go, guys. We're going to go ahead. Zaitsev, Starbudzev. We're going to try to stop the first German assault here with their infantry. Oh, man, there's a lot of them. I'm going to try to keep them down. Shoot, men, shoot. See the Germans moving up, guys. At this point, our men have already initiated some contact with the machine guns. But whether or not they're going to be able to stop this onslaught is really another story. This is going to be a tough battle. There we go, we got one. Beautiful. He actually went down, dropped like a stone. No wounds, nothing, just instant death. Boom, another German down. Beautiful shooting by our men. And so far, they are doing a great job at keeping these Germans off. Don't forget, this is a partisan unit, so if we do get captured, we will be killed. There will be really just no hope for us. The best we can hope for is possibly being sent to a concentration camp or labor camp of some sort. But at this point, the Germans more than likely want to kill every single one of us. Look at this mob. Unbelievable. Got the machine gun, obviously trying to fire. Alexeyev over here has a machine gun too. Maybe, I think, a PPSH. He's trying to hit as many enemies as possible. There's another one down. Continuing, guys, but they are coming very close to breaking into our positions. At this point, I'm going to see if we can fire danger close here with the mortars. I don't think we can, but we're going to try and see what we can do here to the enemy. It does look like the mortars are actually being prepared much faster here since it's a closer area. And hopefully we can get some bombs off on these guys and stop this assault. But right now, things are looking pretty rough for us. The Germans, they are coming in force, as you can see, guys, and they just keep coming and coming. It's almost like the Huns attacking. And really, all we can do right now is try to kill all of these guys in the initial assault. Maybe we can escape from the front maybe if we clear out one of these lines of Germans, we may be able to actually get some of these partisans back into the woods. And who knows, we may have to just give up on our hopes for being allies with Russia. We may just need to fight for ourselves, because at this point, I'm not sure if our men would all accept death. But certainly will accept death if it means death to a lot of SS men. Here we go, guys. Doing this for the benefit of our comrades. The mortar should be coming in very, very soon now. 100%. See, the Germans are actually getting down over here in this sector. They're afraid to move up. They're trying to take cover here. And at the same time, though, they are absolutely annihilating the Poplica here with just a wonderful barrage from these guys back here. Let's go ahead and take a look. That artillery should be coming down, but it looks like Showmin is in some trouble. And here we go. You see the mortars coming in, guys? They are on the way. Are they going to miss, or are they going to hit? Boom! Oh, wonderful. We got 2 Germans right there. An awesome hit. Oh, come on, men. Another guy. Look at this. Look at all these Germans downed. Absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, it does look like we got a German here with an MG42. And this guy's putting quite a hurting on our men. Just take a look. Wow, do you guys see that amazing hit right there? Unbelievable. Right there on Alexeyev's trench lines. Right now, Alexeyev is doing really, really great. You can see that machine gun there trying to do its work against the Germans. Oh, wow, we got a lot of mortars coming in, guys. The Germans are truly trying to break this position using any methods they know. It looks like right now, like Zaitsev is in some trouble. This actually reminds me of Vasily Zaitsev, the sniper. You can see that some of Zaitsev's men have already fallen, and most of them are too afraid to continue the battle. But we're keeping those mortars in, and they're continuing to bombard the Germans over here to our north. Unfortunately, over here to our, I guess, to our east and west, we have a lot to deal with, and a lot of Germans are closing in. But just imagine if we can pull this out and actually get a victory here. Firing, men! Boom! We got someone with an MG42 down. We're shooting these Germans like fish in a barrel right now. But it's only a matter of time until they overrun our positions and absolutely annihilate us. It does look like they also have some mortars, which they are using to great effect on Mongolov here. His trench is the farthest out. And sadly, look at that hit. Wow. Amazing hit by their mortar. Actually, very, very, very respectable hit there. Or, I respect that hit, I should say. Not a respectful hit. Commander was nearly hit there. Oh, man. Onslaught begins, guys. The enemy is getting right up on Zaitsev's trench lines. And at this point, it's only a matter of time before they actually get close enough to do serious damage here. Remember, these are SS brigades, and they are willing to make many sacrifices for victory. Look at this guy with the MP40. I guess he's trying to find a target, although I don't recommend he sit like that in front of my trenches, because that's what's going to happen. Nice. Good work, men. That, without a doubt, was Starodovtsov. And right now, these guys are really trying to stop the Germans. Look at this guy with a PPSH here. Starodovtsov himself, maybe, trying to stop the German attackers from encroaching on our lines. Beautiful, another hit, guys. Here we go. The PPSH is still being fired. And the mortars are still coming in, of course. Unfortunately, Zaitsev is more or less completely finished, but we have to admit these men fought bravely, and they were the front lines of the battle here. So we're hoping that they make it, well, they at least get a medal in the afterlife. Let's take a look here at Polovkin. Done a great job here at stopping these guys in the north and really pinning them down. We haven't really paid much attention to this unit, but they have done a tremendous job. And as you can see right here, the enemy has been trying to destroy them. Where's the mortar hit? Well, I thought that was a mortar shell. That's actually probably just an entrenchment. So the enemy probably hasn't even spotted this MG unit yet. Let's go ahead and get closer. Front lines. And look at this! Prisoners taken. We've got some German prisoners, guys. I'm not sure what we're going to do with them exactly, but they're there nonetheless. And actually, you can see this prisoner is probably in one of the most precarious positions I have yet seen. Trying to basically just stay neutral here, but still surrender. And it's amazing that even totally, how should I say this, totally cornered totally pushed into a corner, we've still managed to hold back the enemy here, and still managed to take some prisoners, which is pretty unbelievable. Yo, that was a direct hit. I've got to see that. I've got to see that. That was a direct hit, and the guy had MG42. Beautiful, beautiful work by my men. All right, guys, that northern edge is buckling a bit. I'm going to make sure my men are not running out of ammunition, which can happen in this game, believe it or not. Believe it or not, they only have 14% ammo, most of these guys. So very soon here, the Germans are going to break through, and we're going to have nothing to defend ourselves with. Again, our commander's orders, or I should say, the political commissar's orders, are to kill as many Germans as possible before ultimate and untimely death. No, German's getting quite close here with his MG42. Oh, yes, beautiful! And one of our men throws a grenade, and also shoots him, finishing that story off before it even started. Does look, do we have even more prisoners? Yes, we do, guys. Look at all these German prisoners. Absolutely unbelievable. We've actually managed to turn the corner in this battle, and really improve our odds over here in the north. It looks like the northern German attack is totally broken. There are still a few guys here, Germans, that are still taking cover and still fighting, but most of them are surrendering in the north. Now we have to worry about these western approaches. Come on, Mongolov. So I'm going to go ahead and have Mongolov focus on these guys right here. I think the north, we still have to worry about it, but it's going fairly well. Unfortunately, it does look like the Germans are getting some fresh reinforcements here. You can see them firing, and some of them still have the fight left in them. And while that is occurring, it's going to be very, very bad for us. A commander was killed. Not good. So it looks like that position was finally overrun completely. Commander lasted quite a long time, and it looks like some of these prisoners don't even know what they're supposed to do. They're kind of just standing there in no man's land, unsure of the future. Let's take a look over here. All right. Make your way to the commander's tent. You'll all be going to Siberia if we actually survive this battle. All right. Looks like we've got some guys coming in from the south, too, which I didn't expect at all. Oh my goodness, the north is truly being overrun. We are continuing that mortar attack, but at this point we may need to pull it back some. Look at this. Germans are getting closer and closer. And this is a true SS assault going on right here, guys. You can see all these guys moving up with their MG42s. Men are firing. Alright, we're keeping them pinned right now, which is great. There will be no victory for you Germans. Surrender now, or face ultimate destruction. Let's go ahead and make sure that this mortar fire is going to the right spot. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and drop it right on our old trench, guys. I know it seems kind of crazy, but at this point, I think it's the best idea. And it looks like the Germans are finally bringing in some mortars. You can see them coming in there. And they're trying to utterly annihilate Alexeyev here. Doing a pretty good job at it, too. Looks like our gunner back here was totally wasted. That's unfortunate. And one of these guys has dropped his gun and absolutely refuses to fight. Pulled out a pistol in lieu of a rifle, I see. Shoot, Ben, shoot! Germans are pretty terrified of what's going on. Didn't expect to have to face this much resistance against such a tiny unit of partisans. But lucky for us, we got an ammo box from the Soviet Union. Actually sent us an entire ammo box, as well as some Maxim machine guns, a few different kinds of ordnance, grenades, etc. And this gives us the ability to really fight against the Germans with everything we have. Looks like we got some effective MG42 fire finally coming in to hit us, and that sound is just absolutely unmistakable for MG42 fire, and it is coming in hard. Wow, I can't believe we were actually holding still. Pretty amazing, guys. It does look like Sidorov down here to the south is almost dead. And this guy, wow, did he take some nasty hits. More prisoners taken. Are these prisoners to the north? I certainly believe they would be. Awesome, guys. So we did take some prisoners here in this battle. We just hit that guy. Wow. He's trying to surrender, but now he's dead. Wow, look at that fire coming in. At this point, we are completely following orders. We have not given a step. We haven't surrendered whatsoever. Our guy is continuing to fire with this, I think it's a DPSH, is that what it's called? I'm not very familiar with the Soviet light machine guns. Boom! Oh! Another mortar round comes in. And actually, that one was actually possibly some friendly fire there. I think we accidentally hit one of our men. Stardotsev, Kopitsa, hold out until reinforcements arrive. Let's go ahead and take a look at where the other enemy contacts are coming from. Okay, so all the way back here, I'm guessing that this is just a force of infantry pushing up as close as they can get to this area. But really, the Germans have focused most of their attack up here on the north. Come on, Kopitsa. There's that DPSH. I'd like to see him fire that thing. Come on, man. Looks like some of our men are losing some morale. They're not as willing to fire those guns without knowing what's ahead of them. And look at that. That was nearly a friendly fire kill. Okay, the Germans are moving up, guys. And at this point, I'm sure these SS brigades are extremely pissed off at us. Ooh, that's definitely some mortar fire incoming. Got a German with an MG42. And that's the one thing that can really put us out of commission, but he's gonna surrender. Beautiful, guys. Another platoon of Germans surrender to our wonderful partisan units. They understand just as much as we do that at this point, we're not gonna surrender. We're not gonna give up. So anybody here in the front is probably gonna get killed by our men. So some of these guys have gotten the bright idea to go ahead and give up. I'm surprised the Germans haven't taken over this trench works, because that would probably be a good idea. At this point, guys, I'm going to try to move Kopitsa up to these front trench works to get us closer over here. It's a risky move, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't think he's actually going to move anyway, because he's going to probably refuse to get out of this trench, but... Oh! And there we go. Kopitsa was just hit. Oh, shit. The commander was hit. This guy was hit. What a terrible time for this stuff to happen. It does look like Kopitsa is finally being overrun here on the left flank. Commander's throwing up a lot of flares. And even Belov here is being hit. It does seem like the enemy has finally caught on to Belov's tactics here, and has actually taken out two of his assisting machine gunners. Fire, Belov. What are you afraid of? Looks like Belov may have totally abandoned this vehicle, and indeed, a vehicle is abandoned because of a lack of ammo, guys. We're going to go ahead and move our men up to Goncharov's position here and try to defend. And look at that. Oh, Kopitsa is getting totally overrun. The SS are moving in, throwing in grenades. It does look like our men are firing back grenades, trying to get at least kill some Germans here. Beautiful hit there. Looked like the guy got hit right in the neck. Pretty vicious. And it looks like our men are actually trying to retreat. Look at this. This is the first retreat of the battle on our end, at least. But they're definitely pulling out of the trenches here. And more prisoners taken. Awesome. Look at this. More Germans for the Soviet meat grinder. I absolutely love it. Send them to Siberia to make tin cans. If we survive the battle, of course. Alright, it looks like Belov is getting into position here, and that's exactly what I wanted him to do, is get into the trenches with Goncharov. And try to just put up a stellar defense. Overhead view here of the battle. More prisoners taken, guys. More prisoners taken. It seems the day could not get any better, all things considered, of course. You know, if we think the Germans have surrendered, we're totally mistaken, because look at that, we've still got an MG42 on the field, a lot of other units, really. 2 MG42s right now just opening up on Mongolov and Alexeyev, and these things really can wreck guys, even in trenches. Because, you know, the more shots you take ahead, exposed above a trench line, the more chances you have to hit it. It's quite simple. You know, with a rifle, it's quite hard work, but with a machine gun, a little bit easier. Alright, as we can see here, guys, Belov, our commander, is currently right facing now the front lines of the Germans. There are a few men left in Starodzeltsev and Alexeyev's brigade, but really not many, and most of them have lost this fighting spirit. As you can see, they're in their trench. They don't really want to be exposed. Look, we really don't want our commander to be overrun. Although, the truth is, Belov is a member of the NKVD, and he will die to the death. He will fight to the death. He will never surrender to the Soviet cause. Although, we would like to stop the Germans from ever killing him in the first place, because he is an excellent, excellent partisan commander. Commander is killed. Unfortunately, Starodutsev has gone to meet his maker, but not before putting up an amazing fight. And there we go. Yeah, he's down there. His PPSH laying behind him in the snow. At the very least, we made the job, these Germans' jobs, extremely difficult. Oh! Starodutsev throwing a grenade. Or one of his men, at least. A bit late, but it's the thought that counts. Really trying to get back into that trench. Alright, it looks like Mongolov is still here. The Germans are firing those mortars. You guys could see that mortar coming in. That's just beautiful. And that's probably going to go straight for Mongolov's lines. Really just trying to finish up this trench with pure artillery fire. Mongolov, you have to keep fighting, man. Oh, maybe it wasn't aimed at Mongolov. What is going on here? Tumin. Well, guys, it looks like the line has fallen silent. Is it possible that the Germans may accept a ceasefire? I think they might. We're going to go ahead and send a request to the German High Command, to pull away their forces. In return, we will release their prisoners back into their custody, and of course, win a victory for the Soviet Union and for the people. Let's hope they accept. A message has just come in. It does seem that the German High Command is willing to negotiate. However, they're actually going to go ahead and do one final attack here, although I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. In the last 30 seconds of battle, there are still some brigades here, some SS brigades that refuse to follow orders and simply want to kill as many Russians as humanly possible. Beautiful, guys. A total victory, and possibly one of my biggest victories to date. 82 kills on the Germans, 16 wounded. We took 26 prisoners. Pretty unbelievable stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the statistics. Unfortunately, we did lose some men. As you guys can know, a lot of these brigades, like, for instance, this MG squad, Gogolev, got wounded. Well, actually, sorry, not Gogolev. Where was the infantry squad? Where was the infantry squad? Oh, here we go. Strautsev, these guys, etc., lost a lot of men. 10 men dead, 2 men wounded, 5 men dead, 4 men wounded over here. But if we just take a look at the losses that the Germans had, this is an utter massacre for the Germans. And it really gives you sort of a perspective on just how intense World War II must have been. Because in this battle, only about 200 men died. But in many battles of World War II, we're talking thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of men dead. And you could just imagine what that would look like splattered across a field. I mean, this northern sector of dead men, first of all, it isn't even half of the 200 that have died today. We're not even looking at all the men over here to the north, all the men over here to the south, etc. It's just amazing. And so we're going to go ahead and zoom in here. It does look like the Germans are pulling back, as you can see, trying to go back to the German lines and perhaps try another attack on the partisans tomorrow. But for now, it does seem that we've managed to get a ceasefire, although not without losing some excellent commanders like Zaitsev here. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that battle. If you did, make sure to comment, rate, subscribe down below, and have an awesome day.